Hi. It's me.
It's .com. How are we all doing today? Well, I hope. Apologies for nothing this last Sunday, but I just didn't end up doing it because the thing that I was going to do took a lot longer than I thought. But we're here now, and that's what matters. Today we are going to be tackling two things. Technically, I could go for longer, but I didn't want to do that without a guest, and as with every other stream in the past, I haven't been very good about getting guests. I don't know why exactly, but I just haven't. Anyway, today we're going to be doing the Hatching Tide quest, as well as, hopefully, the White Mage questline. Appropriately for a nice Gridania-themed episode, it's there's a nice calming thunderstorm outside right now. So, looking forward to that. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, but I don't think I do, so... whatever. No talk. Me Anki. Anyway. In pursuit of excellence. Gelia Aliapo has a great deal to say about Hatching Tide. Imagine if there's tension right outside your window. That would be a little bit more worrying, I will admit. I was trying to decide if I could say definitively that I would or would not pick up Zantetsuken. If I did pick it up, that would probably get me out of work for a little bit. I might die as a result of that. And even if I did get out of work for a little bit and live, I don't know how much they would accept. Sorry, I wasn't able to make it to work because I picked up a cursed sword and was compelled to become a warrior of legend for a few weeks. I don't think I have the paid leave for that, really. You know? Anyway. Hatching Tide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you in excellent fettle. For my part, Ruja, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. What we have to do there is pick up the cursed sword in front of them. Well, the problem with that is the logistics of being able to have the cursed sword be in front of them, and also nobody else have picked it up in the time that it takes me to have them be there and me pick it up. So, you know, it's just a lot of logistics things. It's unclear to me if picking up the sword with, like, gloves on would stop the thing from happening. Probably not, right? Because most of the people who pick it up are probably wearing armor most of the time. You know what? It's not important. We got a quest to do. A Hatching Tide has its origins in the days before the Seventh Umbral Calamity, when the 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs, as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft onto the heavens. Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatching Tide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest vision to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. Oh, Geely, it's a disaster. The cart toppled over en route. Thankfully, the driver was unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs. Oh, good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed, but without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. Only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is, and I must see to the schedule alterations myself. You look like you have nothing better to do. But wait, Ruja, perhaps you'd be willing to lend a hand. Ruja, how wonderful to see you again. Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me cause for hope. If you're happy to help, that is. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. Oh, that's right. I should double-check something. Give me just a sec, folks. I'm gonna press a button. Cool, it worked. over to here. Here we go. There's our man. Ah, you're the dreamer who was here before, ain't you? Right old mess to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of the supplies you need, though. Oh, is there really nothing you can do for us? Well, I do have some tatty old odds and ends, surplus wares that might be of use. If you want them, they're all yours. It might not exactly be what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. The storage fees were eating into me profit. I'd rather see them get put to good use. You should kill that guy. Try, give me a shot. I'm eating a snickerdoodle. Okay. When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Any road, we better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see. Its leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings that could do for a mechanism of some sort. And these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there is a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Geely saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols. The trick will be making them look eggy enough. Any rounded objects looks like an egg from far enough away. It's science. The shell makes an egg, as they say. Do they say that? Any road, we should paint them. Yeah, I mean, if Rouja takes her glasses off, then everything just kind of looks like a blob. So, that makes sense. I see, we can mimic the shape of an egg with a canopy and add some seasonally appropriate patterns to the outer shell. I can picture it now. Parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So, we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for the parasol parts than a rush order for myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy. Alright. Off to Guildmaster Geva. Not for sure I was going to call her a MILF Master. Well, I mean, I would, but both Guildmaster and Geva start with a G, so that was what I went for instead. For some reason. I've explained the situation to Geva, and she seems inclined to sympathy. If we keep our manners about us, we should manage to secure the Guild's assistance. Ah, if it isn't Rouja, you must be the adventure assistant Nonota spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight. Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatching Tide celebrations. You shall have the Guild's aid. Although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. The material is water-resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment. If it's a water repellent you're after, say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. In the meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request they craft the parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall anon. Trust that your leather is in capable hands. I would really like to see Geva's kids in a like a quest line at some point. Just because I like seeing the guild masters just get more fleshed out as characters. Especially because in some of the later like job quest lines for these, some of them tend to branch out a little bit more from sticking out and helping with the guild. Which means, you know, you don't get as much time with them. We have Beaten. Why do you stand there like a frightened schoolchild? If you need something, speak. Here you go, assorted timber. Various lengths of timber ready to be sawn and lathed into parasol parts. Here you go, bud. Parasol frames, task not beyond your own skill, no doubt. With the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality. You've done well to seek aid, Ruja, and you shall have it. The younglings in the Acorn Orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the Parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand. The timber you provided lacks the flexibility needed to create arching ribs. However, Mistress Fafucha will doubtless assist in procuring what we need. Rain's really coming down now. I'm delighted to play a part in realizing another hatching tide for the ages. Leave the alchemical solution and the finer details to me. I'll soon have everything sourced. I trust everything went well with the Carpenters Guild. Just placed an order for the alchemical solution and a few other things besides. The next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Geely once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her. Okay, that's the same line. Just about to suggest that. Welcome back, Ruja. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How fare the eggs? We replace them with umbrellas. Substituting parasols for eggs. What a wonderful idea. I can hardly wait to see what Nanota cooks up for the prototype. Though wait, we must. Egg seeding, expectations. Why doesn't that say expectations? It just says expectations. This is ridiculous. Horrible event. Geely Eliapo is patiently waiting to see the parasol prototype. Nanota will surely be along any moment now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol. Yep, it sure is. What a fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent. I'm so glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute. In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. We cannot let Nanota outstrip us in hatching tide spirit. There must be more we can do. Let's show off your parasol to the townfolk. Perhaps we can drum up a crowd with the promise of gifts. Yeah, let's do that. Let's lie to them. Tell them falsehoods. But of course, we ought to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will spread of its own accord. With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instinct to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories. Is bees here? Are there any bees in the audience? I'm attempting to detect any bees. Doesn't seem like it. The market is always busy. Let's look for potential celebrants there. Geely is now accompanying you. Why did I start to read that? Yes, I know how that works. Thank you. How are you doing? When I think back to the very first hatching tide, it's a marvel just how popular the occasion has become. I have so many people to thank for their efforts, yourself included. Also, I'm not going to lie to you folks, when I did this on my main character, I actually skipped through a lot of the dialogue in the second half and also didn't look very hard for NPCs, because I didn't feel like it, and I wanted to do something else. So I apologize if some of this is a little weird. Hello. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. Came up with the idea, and Anota worked her magic to create the final product. Egg Appreciator. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire such a resplendent parasol like unto your own. At our Hatching Tide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us at the amphitheater? I'd be delighted. As a true connoisseur of eggs, both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovoid perfection, and this parasol surpasses even my every imagining. Such elegance, such egginess. Huh. Well, it takes all kinds, I suppose. Egg Appraiser. Hello. Why, that parasol's an absolute delight. It's not often you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who is responsible for this masterpiece? The Leatherworkers Guild, the Carpenters Guild, and Black Rabbit Traders, and our Dreamers all had their parts to play, and if you join us in celebrating Hatching Tide, you can receive one just like it. Ah, I should have known that the guild artisans were involved. It means getting my hands on a parasol. I'd be more than happy to take part in the festivities. Eggthusiast. Heavens above! Is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheater, you will receive one just like it. Oh, for years I've searched for a parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge. 'Tis a Hatching Tide miracle. I do think it's worth pointing out, by the way, that something that I find interesting about this character here, very small thing, is a vast majority, I would say, of the NPCs in Gridania, with some notable exceptions, I think, are Elzen and Hyr. There are occasionally Moonkeeper Mikote around as well. But a lot of the Moonkeepers, I think, are actually, like, in the poaching gangs. So it's interesting seeing NPCs that are not just Hyr and Elzen occasionally. Very small thing, it doesn't really mean anything, but, you know. I just think that's neat. I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Alright, back to the amphitheater then. We did it. Well, that went rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs. I shall go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. Oh, here's everybody. To think I'd end up with one of these delightful parasols all for myself. You and your associates are so generous. When I laid eyes upon this parasol, its quality spoke loud and clear. A triumph of design, both practical and decorative. It's not often I found an article so worthy of my discernment.
This parasol is truly the peak of ovoid aesthetics. Timing my visit to coincide with hatching tide was a fine idea indeed.
Okay. The folks you gathered certainly are enthusiastic about showing off their parasols. Fortunately, no one's yet lost an eye.
Yes, that is good. I would agree.
Look, Ruja, isn't the sight of all those parasols simply marvelous? Eggs held aloft, just as in my dream. Hooray! We did it, Geely! We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this hatching tide a success?
Hold that thought.
You've yet to see the half of it.
Oh, here she is. Hello, ma'am.
My Senta, I'm not quite sure I follow. Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols, more than could comfortably gather here, in fact. And nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. With how many left my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs. Well, that's incredible! To think the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Wait, Chile, they're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration has spread across the city, borne by a great mass of floating eggs. You're right. I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plans met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind, this will go down as a hatching tide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they are drawing business in spades. Nonota told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nonota? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. Ah, that reminds me, I have something for you, Ruja. That's the very second parasol I ever made, after Geely's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Ruja, but hatching tide most certainly hasn't. When Nonota first relayed the awful news, I wondered how we could possibly salvage the situation. But now I can see I needn't have worried. This has all exceeded all expectations. Thank you, Ruja. Adventurer, I had such fun preparing the parasols with you. I'll be forever grateful for all your help.
Alright. Are these still the same? Yes. Okay, let's look around and see who we can find. The wood grain on the handle adds real character.
I think the golden trim is simply marvelous.
Anything else to add? No.
These hatching tide parasols are positively charming. I must say, they did a half-decent job with the patterns. What pleasing contours.
Let's see, who do we got? Ah, hey!
That's your captain over there. Perhaps a parasol could be forged from steel instead.
Oh, Redolent and Yellow Moon. Such stylish parasols, this puts me in the mood to weave.
Do make sure to weave one that matches my complexion, tee-hee.
I have the Heroes guy, or the Company of Heroes guy. The festivities have drawn quite a crowd.
The captain, mayhap we could avail ourselves of a parasol each?
No answer. Oh wait, I do actually have to stand still for this one. Let's see. Anyone else? It's not looking like it. I think that might be it. Usually not anybody really further out than over here, and there wasn't anybody else in the area here. So it might just be time to move it along. Far enough along, E-Money and Honorite are there. We're probably not far along yet. I would assume there's a very specific point that we need to be at for them to appear. Alright, well, I think that is going to do it for that quest line then. Let's move on to White Mage. Sure. Oh, wait. There we go. And we want to go to Camp Tranquil. So let's do that. Alright. Excuse me. Let's begin. Taint misbehaving. Raya Osena has a task of great import for you. Rouge, you could not have come at a better time. We have dire need of your aid. There isn't time to explain. Know but that trouble is afoot, and I would ask you to meet me at the Guardian Tree. Pray make haste for the Guardian Tree. I shall explain the situation when you arrive. Okay. It's always something with the fucking Guardian Tree. That's for sure. Turned around. Thank you for coming on such short notice. We knew not who else may I turn to. Hey guys, what's going on? How fares the Great One? Unchanged from before, I'm afraid. He repeats the same words over and over. Then it falls to us to glean their meaning. Very well. Rouge, you will recall the time we performed the quieting and quelled the Great One's rage. Since that day, we have continued communing with him to ensure that all is well, and it was until recently. I'm afraid to say that an unsettling change came over the Great One some days ago. He has taken to repeating the same words to us. The taint floodeth the forest, its beating heart to befoul. After some inquiries and research, we were able to learn that the Great One had spoken these words before, during the time of Atoa Cant. Immediately we were made to wonder, when Master Atoa embarked upon his journey of healing, could his purpose been to protect the forest from the taint of which the Great One now warns? We sought to delve further into this, but no accounts of Master Atoa's journey are to be found at Stilgard Fane. Such records as exist are in keeping of his foremost student, the mage who recovered his remains from Ogomoro. If he is still alive, he may be able to assist us. We have prepared a missive, and we would ask that you deliver it into his hands. After interring his beloved master, the man is said to have taken up residence at Fallgourd Float, that he might ever be near to tend the tomb. If he is there still, the locals should be able to point you in his direction. While you see to the task, my brother and I shall remain here and continue observing the Great One. My thanks in advance, Rusha. It is deeply unsettling to see the Great One behave so. The people of Fallgourd Float should know where Master Atoa's student might be found. I suggest you speak with them first.
All right. Now, the details of this quest are fuzzy to me. I remember some parts of them, but not that much. Here we are. It's been a while since we've been back here.
You seek Master Atoa's former student? I'm afraid he has departed for the realm yonder. His granddaughter now tends to the tomb at Proud Creek in his stead. If truth be told, I am worried about her. The area is thick with fiends, and even experienced wood whalers avoid venturing there unoccupied. Though Master Atoa's student is no longer with us, his granddaughter tends the tomb at Proud Creek in his stead. If truth, that's the same thing.
You know, it's always funny because when it comes to these, like, gather information things, there's always, like, 3 people to talk to, and then one person gives relevant information, but then you'll still have to talk to the other people.
Atoa Kant's old student. I'd heard someone's tended the tomb, but it's a young maid, as I recall.
Because what you're supposed to do, obviously, is you're supposed to enter from this side, and then walk up there, and then go talk to that guy. But you don't. So realistically, once you talk to that first guy we talked to, we should just be good.
That old fellow, I'm afraid he passed some years ago. Remember him well, though. Took care of his master's tomb to the very end. His granddaughter Shiva tends the place now, and she's been especially attentive since those accursed bandits came and defiled it. The old fellow, they say, was old Toa Kant's student, passed away some years ago. His granddaughter Shiva tends the tomb now, and she's been especially attentive since bandits defiled it.
Alright, and then we're up to the north with Proud Creek. There are a lot of fiends around here, I will admit. Oh, well, what do you know? The mailed man. Well, let's start casting Holy. Hello? What? Come on. Spin, 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 spin. Anyway. Sorry. Here, let me aid you with my forced push.
Oh, thank you so much. So focused was I on tending the tomb, I failed to notice the fiends approaching me. What? You're searching for the granddaughter of Master Atoa's former student? Then you need search no more. I am a Shiva. Know that I have taken on my grandfather's responsibilities. If it is within my power to help the Seed Seers, then I should be glad to do so.
Well, here's a jolly missive, a passionate entreaty for aid penned by the Pagil Raya Osena.
The taint threatens the 12-wood. Nafaka have mercy. As the Seed Seers have surmised, 'twas to purge the taint that Master Atoa journeyed the length and breadth of the realm. Simply put, the taint is ether that has been befouled. If we are to be rid of it, we must find the source of the corruption and cleanse it. The question is, are the Seed Seers prepared to do as Master Atoa once did? At any rate, it is best that I speak with them directly. I shall make my way to the Guardian Tree at once.
For somebody who was just menaced by a couple of mailmen. She really does not seem all that. She seems, you know, pretty straight on. Very cool. Oh, that's Lou again.
A journey outside the forest? The Seed Seers know what they must do, but are they willing to do it? My thanks for finding Shiva, Ruja. She has told us all. If we are to protect the Twelveswood from the taint, we must needs deal with the corruption at its source. Is that the way of it? It is. That is why Master Atoa embarked upon his journey, heedless of his Pajali heritage. And yet Master Atoa was no ordinary Pajal. We are duty-bound to remain in the forest. We cannot simply leave it. Ruja, I am loath to ask this of you after all you've already done for us, but the preservation of the Twelveswood is at stake. You are not Pajali, and hence not bound by the laws which bind us. Will you embark upon this quest in our stead? With all due respect, I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You would entrust the fate of this forest to an adventurer.
Hi, I'm the Warrior of Light. Nice to meet you.
Calm yourself and know that Ruja is no ordinary adventurer. Nay, she is a White Mage true, chosen by Master Atoa himself to be his successor. She bears his soul crystal and his legacy both. I have every confidence that you will be able to purge the taint. As such, I would join my voice to my brother's request. Master Atoa's successor? That such an individual existed. I wish to make a request of my own. In his youth, my grandfather served Master Atoa proudly, accompanying him wheresoever he went and assisting in the purification rituals. It has ever been my desire to emulate my grandfather's deeds. If Ruja is to undertake this quest and eliminate the taint, I would likewise accompany and assist her. If the journey will be fraught with peril, are you willing to risk life and limb solely for the sake of emulating your grandfather? I am, my lady, but that is not the whole of it. I cannot sit idly by while a threat encroaches upon the Twelveswood. It is our home, and we each of us must do our part to protect it. Our part. I see that your heart is true. Very well. Assuming that Ruja consents, and I see no reason why she would not, you have our blessing to accompany her. The fate of the Twelveswood is in your hands. We shall pray for your success. It is no simple matter for a Pajal to leave the Twelveswood. Once again, we must rely upon you, my friend. The fate of the Twelveswood is in your hands. We shall pray for your success. Well, we need to make plans for the journey. Please come and see me at Fallgourd Float. That's right. Go back to Fallgourd Float now. Good luck.
Excuse me. Hello. Oh, she's catered out.
And they call themselves Pajals. You wonder at my irritation, I shouldn't doubt. I suppose I ought to explain. You see, I was brought up on the tales of Master Atoa's journeys, the sufferings he endured for the sake of the Twelveswood. Young though I was deeply touched by his courage and sacrifice, and to this day his deeds remain close to my heart. That is why it irks me that the Seed Seers will not lift a finger to help the forest. Thankfully, we have you. As Master Ato has chosen, you are far more dependable than any Padgel alive. Now then, let us speak of our journey. Grandfather left his records of Master Ato's journey in my keeping. I shall scour them for clues as to where we must go. While I do this, pray tend to your own preparations. I shall be here when you are ready to strike out.
Strike out? I don't want to strike out. I want to strike in. A journey of purification. Ashiva has uncovered a clue for your quest to purge the taint.
You come at a good time, Ruja. I believe I have found a clue in my grandfather's records. There is a passage which tells of the time when the taint reached the forest via a subterranean water vein. Master Ato traced it back to its source at Abalathia's spine, and there he purged the corruption. Lest you wonder, 'tis the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger of the Twelveswood has become so dire to elicit emphatic warnings from the Great One, none of the Padgels or hearers were aware of it. If we then consider the Great One's warning that the taint shall flood the forest, I'm inclined to conclude that the befouled ether is being conveyed via water veins. Years have passed since Master Ato purged the taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. First, I suggest we take our investigation to the central highlands of Corthus, which form the southern edge of Abalathia's spine. Pray, meet me at Camp Dragonhead.
That's right, we might actually be using Ishgardian areas. That's the crazy. Drinking water. Let's see. Hi.
Everything is frozen over. I had read about the snow-swept mountains of Corthus, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing.
It's like next door to you. You could have just walked over and looked.
I have a confession to make. This is my very first time setting foot outside the Twelveswood. The experience is proving to be at once fascinating and frightening, but I digress. While I awaited your arrival, I spoke with some of the knights about water veins. They say that one passes beneath the area just south of here. The area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends appear to have grown unnaturally aggressive of late. I would wager that the taint is to blame for this change. A short while ago, a band of knights departed for the area in question on a mission to cull the unruly creatures. Shall we grow and join them?
Yes, I suppose we shall. Before we do, though, let's pop in here real quick, just to see... Oh yeah, this dialogue has been updated now. Sometimes I think I see him sitting there out of the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look... Yeah, I'm the same way with Aurier. Sometimes I see her moving out of the corner of my eye, but it's not her.
You are well, miss? Good. That is good. For many years I have served House Fortemps and my lord Haurchefant, but now that he has fallen, Forgive me, I would speak no more of such things.
As you know, Camp Dragonhead is an Ishgardian fortress held by House Fortemps.
Its name is taken from a nearby rock formation, which you may have... I'm sorry, but I just can't.
Do your fucking job, asshole. You're an NPC. Forgot about all these dialogue updates. Actually, you know what? Let's see if any of the other folks in town have anything in particular to say about that. Nope. I'm not afraid of Inquisitors right now. Nope, that's just the Intercessoring. Belmont. Ow. No. I'm expecting that anybody else is really going to have anything. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. Nope. Nope. Okay, yeah, so I think it's probably just those two then. We'll check the guards by the entrances as well, just to be sure, but I'm fairly certain they probably won't have anything either. Nope. Nope. Okay, that guy's still a dickhead. Cool. Just making sure. Ooh, I see a Void Sprite and some other dudes. Alright.
My suspicions were correct. The taint has driven the fiends into a frenzy. Let us aid the knights, then see to the cleansing. I'll tend the fiends. Pray, focus on mending our hurts.
Ashiva the Ethereal. So, in case it's not obvious, by the way, easily one of the biggest problems with a lot of the, like, healer challenges in this game is none of the characters that you are meant to heal actually show up on your party list, which means you cannot target them with multi-target heals, which is just supremely unhelpful.
Curses! Fiends are being drawn to the taint.
There's a Gabu.
Is there no end to them?
Xenoblade reference.
The sprite, we must strike it down first.
I will admit that I think that this kind of, like, practice of having healing challenges rather than just, like, kill an enemy challenges makes more sense for healer quests.
We're almost done.
There we go. Also makes them so much worse to do on controller. Oh god, yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Oh.
There it is, Rouge, the taint. I trust you know what to do.
It's just... it doesn't get any better.
Whew.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look at the size of that taint. We're in your debt. Yeah, I know.
This energy, soothing and pure. 'Tis precisely as my grandfather wrote. And your soul crystal, I believe it has taken on new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Atoa within has bestowed upon you greater power. I wonder, could it be the act of purifying serves to empower the white mage? If that is true, it makes the Pagil's refusal to leave the forest even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow their laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there is not more to do here. Let us return to Camp Dragonhead. Let us review what we've learned. As we had suspected, the taint is being born along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's records, the headwater of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. Unfortunately, it lies beyond the Holy See of Ishgard. As foreigners, we will require special permission to pass through the city. I shall contact Stillglade Fane and request to have the Elder Seedseer issue us with the necessary papers. Raising my hand, hi, I already have those already. We're good, actually. Anyway. Of course, were one of the Seedseers here, we would not have to go through all this hassle. She'll survey the lay of the land in order to ascertain our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest you take the time to accustom yourself to your newfound power. I shall be here when you are ready to resume our mission. Okay, here I go. I did it. I activated Arkham Asylum. The girl with the dragon tissue. Oh, that's right, that is part of this quest. I couldn't remember if it was part of the Stormblood one. No, I do remember this, actually. Ishiva is ready to resume the mission to purge the taint. I'm terribly sorry for the wait, Rusha. It has taken a while, but our request to pass through Ishgard has been granted. We may now continue on to the Western Highlands. Once again, I could already do that. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there has been an anomaly in the area, the locals may be able to tell us something. Yeah, I'll bet. And their stupid accents. So, this is Falcon's Nest. To think that architectural styles can differ so, even within the same nation. Going to new places is a veritable feast for the senses. Such wonders grandfather must have beheld in his journeys with Master Atoa. But such musings must wait. We have a task to do. Let us begin by speaking with the people here. When you have finished, pray come and meet me at the hamlet's northern entrance. Alright. Let's also just double check and see if she's already at the, northern entrance, just out of curiosity. Those guys are having a bad time over there, it looks like. No, I don't see. Don't see her. Alright. Torcement. I am unfamiliar of this taint of which you speak. We do consider dragons unclean, however. Speaking of the beasts, lately there have been reports of a strange woman skulking about their remains. Be on the lookout for her, lest she prove to be a heretic. Strange woman has been skulking about this dragon remains. Should you catch sight of her, we would thank you to inform us. Sure. Taint, never heard of it. We've had a strange visitor, however, a foreign woman with the stench of death about her. Suspicious as she was, I decided to steal a peek at her belongings and... Oh, forgive me, the mere recollection of it is like to bring up my lunch. Anyway, after that, some of the few of us confronted her and demanded to know her purpose, but she refused to say a word. She looked straight through us with empty eyes and left the hamlet. As I recall, she was headed to the north and west. Wherever it is she's gone, we are well rid of her. Foreign woman who reeked of death. After we confronted her, she left the hamlet and struck out to the north and west. We are well rid of her, I tell you. Interesting. Okay. Hello. The rumors of this strange woman are on everyone's lips. This is likely but a coincidence, but it appears we are headed in the same direction as her. There are water sources in the northwestern corner of the region, frozen lakes to be precise, and I would take our investigation there. I mislike the sound of this woman, but I'd sooner not cross paths with her, but we have a mission to fulfill. Let us keep moving. Yeah, oh right, I forgot, that doesn't interrupt me anymore. God. What a glorious change. Oh, hello. Girl with the fuck-ass bob.
Good gods, the stench is overpowering, even in this frigid clime. Forgive me for interrupting, but what are you doing? Searching. Rather more damaged than I would have liked, but it will serve. After all, the experiments proceed apace. Experiment? What in the heavens are you doing? Why must I justify myself to you? Well, I suppose you have no obligation to do so. It's just not every day that I see someone, rummaging through a dragon's corpse. So I frighten you, then. You find me repulsive, just like the rest of them. No, actually, we're wearing the same shirt, so I kind of like you, actually. No, you misunderstand. I didn't mean to give offense. Whatever you do is your business, to be sure, but it isn't safe to be alone out here. What would you suggest, then? That I find a stout protector like your friend? As if anyone would be willing to help me. This aura you emanate. They sent you to hound me, haven't they? To remind that the witch Alakwa that she has no place in the world. Also, your shirt sucks. Alakwa? I am warning you. Leave me alone. And I guess we're just gonna let her go. That's fine, I guess. Well, that was certainly queer. I know not what compelled me to speak with that woman. Alakwa, I believe she called herself. But I must confess to being morbidly curious about her experiment. But I mustn't let myself be distracted. We have work to do. Unless I am mistaken, the taint is manifested in this area. Let us split up and search for it. Okay. Me personally, if I had somebody talking like that to me, I would be just a little bit suspicious, I would admit. You know? Just a little bit, though. Got some cracked ice spirits. I did it. Fuck you, taint. I did it. Shiva, hi. I did it already.
You found the taint and purified it. Well done. Though I cannot help but wonder, is it truly a coincidence that the taint chanced to have manifested where we met Alakwa? Whew. Being frozen to the bone isn't conducive to conversation, or conducive. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and warm ourselves before we discuss matters in earnest.
Let's see. Good old Hexmaniac girl. Aura thing. Thing. Oh, wait, I went too far. There we go.
With your most recent effort, I sense that your powers continue to grow. Suffice it to say, this is a boon to our cause. The mission proceeds smoothly thus far. If we continue following the water vein, it should lead us to the source of the taint. As for the stranger, Alakwa, never have I felt so unsettled in someone's presence. The thought that she might be connected to the taint also bothers me, but until we know for certain, it avails us not to dwell upon it. For now, I shall resume my investigation of the water veins and try to deduce other locations where the taint might appear. Leave the investigative aspect of the mission to me, and pray continue honing your powers of purification. After all, no one else can purge the taint but you.
Hiya! I can now, I do think it's funny that how many upgrades to their main, like, attack spell white mages get. I'm not sure why I think it's funny, I just do. The Dark Blight Rise. Shiva has terrible news regarding the taint.
Terrible news, Rusha. The manifestation of the taint you purged here has reappeared. The fiends nearby were driven into a frenzy all over again, and they reportedly attacked a knight on patrol. Though the man managed to flee to the Convictory, his wounds are grievous, and to compound matters, the camp's chirurgeons are all afield and cannot readily return. You are his only chance, Rusha. You must go to the Convictory and save him.
Oh, good. Once again, to the area with no teleport and no, chocobo point either. My favorite. There's that wounded knight. He looks like he's doing bad. I can't die. What will become of my family?
He is in a bad way. Please, hurry and tend to his hurts.
Cast Cure 2. I can only really manage to Cure 1. Sorry, buddy. It didn't work. Oh, fine. I'll give you a Cure 2. That's fine. The paint fades. I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Thanks to you, the danger is past. However, he will still require constant care for a time. I shall remain on hand to help provide it. Meanwhile, you must go and purify the taint that has reappeared west of Banepool. Only you have the power to do so, Rusha. Please hurry before it can cause any more harm. Must go and purify the taint that has reappeared west of Banepool. Go do it quick, please. You saved my life, thank you. Yeah, no problem, dog. Alright. Oh wait, I missed it. There it is. Wow, it literally is in the same spot. That's crazy. Whoa. Ooh, some zombies even. Get out of here, taint. I'm pleased to say that the knight will make a full recovery. Had you not come to his aid, his comrades believe he would have died. I see that you've already purified the taint. Good work, Rusha. I must say, though, that its reappearance baffles me. It should have taken far longer for befouled ether to accumulate. I'm disinclined to believe that this came about by itself. Nay, I sense that someone had a hand in this. I spoke with the knights after he had sufficiently recovered. Shortly before he was attacked, he caught sight of the foreign woman who reeks of death, Alakwa. Wherever she appears, so too does the taint. I wasn't certain before, but now I'm convinced that it is no mere coincidence. Could it be that she is creating the taint? If so, to what end? Why would she do such a thing? I know not her designs, but her actions cannot be borne. Should the taint continue to manifest, both Corthus and the Twelveswood would suffer unimaginable damage. Stillglade Fane must know of this threat. I shall send word to them. Though I shan't raise my hopes that the Seedseers will bestir themselves, best to assume that we are on our own. Now then, our priority is to track down Alakwa. The knight said that she was headed west to the Dravanian Forelands. Let us take our search to the main settlement there. Tailfeather, I believe it's called. It's true, it is called that. I have spoken with a handful of locals. A strange woman has been witnessed coming and going, and with some regularity. I'm reasonably confident that it is Alakwa, but I shall try to gather more information for good measure. Something occurs to me, Ruja. If Alakwa is indeed responsible for creating the taint, she'll not take kindly to our purifying it. It may well come to a confrontation. Pray, use this time to further hone your powers, for we shall have need of them ere long.
Carry on. Check this shit out. Cool. In the wake of death, Eshiva is eager to share new information on Alakwa. Good tidings, Ruja. I have acquired definite information on Alakwa.
As before, the stench of death gave her away. A hunter she chanced to walk near couldn't help but notice the smell. When she realized she was being observed, she quickly turned her steps west towards dragon territory. The hunter shouted a warning, but she continued on heedless. In light of her inclinations, I dare say she has business there. There is an area called Avalonia Fallen to the west. Let us head in that direction and try to pick up Alaqua's trail.
Okay. The good news is I think it's probably going to be very difficult for her to get into Morn where all of the dead dragons are, because, you know, there's like a ton of dragons there. Right? Surely. Surely.
No signs of Alaqua, and the area beyond is fraught with danger. Not even hunters dare venture in. I would not sooner wander these parts without some guarantee that Alaqua is near, but we cannot afford to delay lest she elude us completely. Let us split up and search. If you would focus on the area to the north, I shall follow the high road west. Oh, and do keep an eye out for the taint. If Alaqua is here, it is like to have manifested.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the taint again. Well, here we go. Well, that was fun. Anyway. Alaqua is not here. Rejoin Asheva on the westbound high road. Oh. Well, we found her.
You should not have startled me. You. I see. You are the one who undid my work. Why do you interfere with my experiments? So it was you who created the taint. The taint, you say? An insult born of ignorance. What you so callously destroyed is a wellspring of life-giving ether. What are you saying? That taint is befouled ether. It destroys life. So you choose to cling to your ignorance like all the others. But it matters not what you think. When my experiment is complete, all the fools who tormented me and mine shall get their comeuppance. No, we won't let you continue your twisted experiment. Ruja, stop her! I believe you have more pressing concerns. Look at these rocks. Drawn to the ether, I shouldn't doubt, or the taint, as you insist on calling it, but such details are immaterial. By whatever name it is known, I shall fill the world with it and have my revenge. Do not interfere. Consider this your final warning.
Oh, good. There's another Earth Spirit. from the line of fire. I guess I'll have to kill these two then, that's fine. You find a peculiar hunk of flesh on the ground. Weird. Stand up.
Thank you, Ruja. Again you have saved me, and again I am reminded of my own weakness. What have you there?
A clump of flesh. You want it?
Ugh! 'Tis well that I skipped my last meal. I'd wager this is a part of Alakwa's experiment. The seed seers may be able to glean something from it. Yet I find myself loath to seek them out. They haven't lifted so much as a finger to help us. What can we expect of them now?
We should consult them anyway. Now is not the time to be stubborn. We should probably talk to them anyway.
You have the right of it, Ruja. There is more at stake than a difference of opinion.
Let's see.
If we are to save the Twelveswood, we must needs turn to the Seed Seers for aid. It's settled then. We return to the Twelveswood.
Trials of the Pagels. Ishiva is ready to return to the Twelveswood to petition the Seed Seer's aid.
Please hold on to the hunk of flesh. It is, safer in your keeping. Now, let us return to Camp Tranquil and explain the situation to the Seed Seers.
Okay, Camp Tranquil. Here we go.
The Great One's warnings have not abated. On the contrary, they've become more fervent.
Do you guys have anything else to say? No.
The situation grows ever more dire, but will it be enough to spur the Seed Seers to action?
Do we actually have the flesh? We do, tainted flesh. Byproduct of Alakwa's dark experiments.
Ah, you are returned. How fares the effort to purge the taint? You wish to show us something?
Yeah, this tainted flesh.
What does it tell us, brother? The elementals are in trepidation of the flesh. It is infused with befouled ether. Of this there can be no doubt. And with the Great One's warning growing ever more fervent, it seems plain that this Alakwa continues to sow the taint. Whatever it is we seek to do, we must put a stop to it. Harun and I shall take a closer look at the flesh. In the meantime, you must resume your journey of purification. What? With all due respect, oh, to hell's with respect, I can't believe what I'm hearing. You would send us back into the midst of danger, and with nary a word of counsel. I know full well that we ask much of you, but there is none other upon whom we can depend. Depend, you say? Instead of depending upon others, why don't you do something for a change? We all know that you both have the power to do so. Do you realize how much Ruja has been through in your names? Oh, but of course you don't, because while she bled for you, you were hiding here with your heads in the treetops. If Master Ator were to see this, he would be turning in his grave. Damn. Heads in the treetops? What is the matter with her? To think that our own people see us in such a light. It cannot be helped, brother. We are bound to remain in the forest. Things are not as they were during Master Atoa's time. Be that as it may, were the people to lose faith in us, for whom shall we convey the will of the elementals? Forgive me, Ruja, but I would be alone. Rest assured, I will take a closer look at the tainted flesh. Abraham has the right of it. It is our duty to facilitate harmony between man and elemental. All the laws of the forest count for naught if we fail in this. At any rate, we must needs stop Alakwa's dark designs, and fear not, Ruja. Henceforth we will not leave you to bear the burden alone. Pray allow us the time to consider our next step. Hands of Healing. Raya O would call a meeting to discuss measures against the taint. Ruja, we have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. We would share the particulars with everyone. Might I trouble you to fetch Shiva? She will have returned to Falgord Float, I believe. Pray return here after you have notified her. Arun and I shall be waiting. Okay.
Teleport to Falgord Float, and then teleport back.
My favorite.
Oh, it's you, Ruja. I must apologize for my earlier display.
That's okay.
The Seedseers wish to see me despite the disrespect I showed them. Though their ways baffle me, it cannot be denied that they care for the forest. Perhaps they deserve more credit than I give them. I will go, of course. Let us strike out at once.
And back we go.
Worry not, I shall keep my tongue in check. We, each of us, must do our part to protect the forest. Our thanks for coming. Without further ado, let us begin. After our last meeting, I went to the Guardian Tree and presented the tainted flesh to the Great One. His reaction was telling. The befouled ether it bears is identical to the taint which now threatens the Twelveswood. Unless we stop Alakwa, the forest will be reduced to a wasteland of death. Ruja gave me to understand you have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. What is this plan? Simply put, Arun and I shall accompany you to the Dravanian Forelands. As you were doubtless aware, we Pagels are chosen by the elementals to convey their will. Should that will go unheard or be misinterpreted, harmony would be lost and tragedy inevitably befall. In order to prevent this, we strive to hone our sensitivity to the elementals far beyond the limits of ordinary men. This sensitivity allows us to perceive even the slightest fluctuations in the ether. With our faculty for sensing ether, Arun and I shall ascertain the site of Alakwa's experiment. Once we find it, we will join our powers to Ruja's and purge the taint once and for all. You would leave the forest, but what of the will of the elementals? Rest assured, we have obtained the Elder Seedseer's permission. Our sister shall see to it that the elementals do not go unheard during our absence. But above all, your words struck home. We will not leave the two of you to bear the burden alone. We shall do all we can to aid you, as Pagels and White Mages both. You truly mean to leave the forest and help us? In the heat of the moment, I forgot myself and spoke out of turn.
I pray you can forgive me. There is naught to forgive. On the contrary, we are grateful to you for opening our eyes. Now, I trust we can rely upon you to guide the way. Listen, Ruja, this will be our first time outside the forest, and we will most certainly make fools of ourselves. I would thank you not to enjoy yourself overmuch. I shall escort the Seedseers to Tailfeather. Pray, meet us there. I will also take recordings of any funny pratfalls they do with my tombstone. With our powers combined, there is no taint we cannot purge. Let us make for the Dravanian Forelands at once. See you, Tailfeather. Yep, here we go. Tailfeather. 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 Yeah. Any pratfalls, guys? I am doing just fine. Thank you for asking. There's nothing to it. That everything should be so different. They're having a good time, it seems.
Excuse me.
So, here we are at Tailfeather. Why, the journey here wasn't nearly as daunting as I expected. I dare say we could have made it without a Shiva. Bold words coming from someone who fairly hugged our guide during the entire journey. Seeing as we are here, we ought to get to work. Do you sense anything, brother? I do. An anomaly in the ether that wrenches the stomach. It emanates from the north and west. A cavern lies in that direction. Morn, 'tis called, and if memory serves, so too does a water vein. It seems to me that that is where we must go. I must warn you all, though, that area is thick with dragons. We must proceed with caution. Dragons, you say? Well, I for one would welcome the excitement. The journey thus far has been rather dull for my tastes. Dull suits us just fine, sister. Remember, our priority is to purge the taint. As if I would forget. The fate of the 12swood is at stake. Let us make haste to morn and confront Alakwa. Hey guys, just to let you know, again, I could just ask the dragons to let us through. We're cool. We're homies. But I guess you guys are gonna sneak past them. I'll be just fine, really. It's all gonna work out in the end. All right. In here. Wait, this way. There we go. Oh, hey. There's a dragon. And there's a Alakwa. Hey, girl. How's it going? Hi. So, you're still alive. Most intriguing. Horns such as I have, yet you are not Al-Ra. Well, whatever you are, you're no different from the others. You've come to interfere with my experiment. But know this, it is your ignorance that has led us down this path. I'm going to explain my whole deal and life story to you now. Isn't that great? We Zayla are nomads who roam and live off the land. My tribe was no different. Yet though we did no harm to those whose lands we traversed, they treated us as vermin. In their ignorance, they feared us, and that fear manifested as spite and violence.
My loved ones and I were cursed at, spat upon, beaten, and worse. It was out of the desire to protect them that I began my research. Such pain we have suffered. I swore that I would visit upon the ignorant masses 100-fold. Check out this thing. And soon I shall fulfill my goal, for my experiment has finally borne fruit. To be sure, there is still work to be done. Such robust flesh cannot be sustained by ordinary ether. Nay, it must needs be fed by something far more potent. The taint. My pet can only go where the taint exists, and so I shall fill the whole world with it. Sister, I sense naught but befouled ether from that dragon. This is without a doubt the source of the taint. We must needs purify it whole. You would get in the way of my vengeance, then you shall be the first to feel my wrath. I mean, my dragon's wrath, I guess. Kill them all, my lovely. It ends here, Alakwa. You'll not so much as harm, so much as another leaf. Vengeance is not the way. Yeah, whatever, man. So we did it. What? The befouled ether refuses to dissipate. What is dead can never die. The power of healing, Rouge. Use it to purify the stagnant ether. Oh, thanks for the stone skin. Souls of the damned, render your essence to my creation. This bodes ill. Strike down the undead first. You guys remember, you know the one, that labyrinth of the ancients or whatever? Remember that one? Good times. I did it. Did I win? What are you guys doing? What's this? Oh, that's cool, I guess. It's at full health already, guys. I don't know what else you want me to do. Hey, girl. What's going on? Oh, okay. I just had to wait for that. It rises! All that healing, and it still wasn't enough. It is no use. My pet cannot be slain. No, we won't give up. It rises again, but we have to strike it down. Confound it, the befouled ether still remains. How many times must I tell you? You struggle in vain. We'll see about that. Any day now. There we go. Okay, I did it. Oh god. That's a lot of dudes. Okay. I'll stick a regen on there. Hey, Lockwood, do you want a regen? Hi. How's it going? Stupid. I did it already, you guys. You can stop healing it. It's fine. Let's just stare. I hired this Vieira to stare at you. 'Twas but a matter of time. No! You will not get in the way of my vengeance. Oh, okay, it's getting back up again. Hang on. It still returns. Ah, but the pile of ether is gone. We nearly have it. Ooh, some soulless pages. Souls of the damned, come to our aid. Or undead, stay sharp. No need, they're dead. Also, so is the zombie dragon. There it goes. We did it! Yay! We did it. With the taint eliminated at the source, the 12's-wood is safe again. We, all of us, can accomplish far more than we dare imagine. No. dreams, all gone to dust. I am powerless to protect my people, powerless to change anything. We are cowards, all of us. That which we do not understand instills fear within us, and so we lash out. In return, you sought to strike back at those who hurt you. You have done terrible things and must be held to account for your crimes.
Did she actually end up... Well, no, okay, so I suppose her actions did result in the injuries of a couple of knights, but honestly, other than that, I don't think anybody actually died as a result of this, right? She's mostly guilty of crimes against the elementals, and, man, the elementals are fucking bothered by anything.
But know that it's not too late to make amends. You still have a chance to atone. Your knowledge may yet be used for good. You need but find a new purpose, and I should be glad to help you look for it. With Alakwa apprehended, it seems safe to say that the danger of the Twelveswood is past, and we owe it all to the two of you. This experience has taught me much and more, not least of all how powerless I was in the face of an external threat. If I am to protect the forest, I must needs spend less time with my head in the treetops, more with my feet on the ground. To that end, I shall strive to be a Pagil as Master Ato was, standing ready to journey to the ends of the world if needs be. Were it not for your shining example, I never would have found the courage to come to this decision. I cannot thank you enough. Master Aaron, when the time comes for you to embark upon your journey, pray allow me to accompany you. It isn't safe to travel alone. You know this to be true. Besides, you need someone to keep a record of all your deeds, that they might be passed on to future generations. For all my bold words, I am still but a green sapling. Nevertheless, I would serve you faithfully as my grandfather once served Master Atoa. I should be heartened to have your company, Ashiva. I shall endeavor to be a Pagil worthy of your respect. Thank you, Master Aaron. I swear you'll not be disappointed in me.
Yay!
A new purpose.
Oh wait, let's talk to these two. No, that's the same. That's the same. Hi.
Aaron and I shall escort Alakwa and place her in the Woodwailer's care. Pray come see us afterwards at Camp Tranquil. We would thank you properly.
Okay. Well, it sure was.
Excuse me.
You've given me the courage to make a change. Cannot thank you enough. I shall soon depart with Master Aaron. I'm glad for this opportunity to see you again. During the entire way back, Alakwa did not so much favor us with a glance, but neither did she attempt to flee. I believe there is yet hope for her. Till such time as she finds a new purpose, I shall visit her cell as often as my duties allow. For with the source of the taint banished, the Great One's warnings have ceased. We may rest easy for a time. Disaster has been averted thanks to you and Ashiva. We are eternally in your debt. You are kind for saying so, my lady, but I have scarcely done anything. All your gratitude should be reserved for Ruja. Allow me to thank you as well, Ruja. Had you not sought me out that day, I may never have found my true calling. Beginning today, I shall accompany Master Aaron as he works to maintain peace and harmony within the Twelveswood. I know not where our journeys will take us, but when next we meet, I shall stand before you a stronger woman. We had best be on our way. Fare you well in your own journeys, Ruja. I look forward to seeing you again, within the Twelveswood and without. Well, they pretty much exhausted everything I had intended to say, so I shall say but this. I mean to do my part as well. Together with my siblings, I shall work to preserve the harmony of the forest.
protecting it from threats both within and without. As for you, Ruja of the White, with your newfound powers, pray continue employing our art for the betterment of the realm. May the light of succor and solace shine wheresoever you may go. We did it. Hurrah. And now, I'm level 62. I mean 1. 61 is what I meant to say. I meant to say 61. Hoorah. Alright, let's check in with Ryo, see if there's anything else to say. I'm glad that we were able to find Y'shtola. If truth be told, it is a miracle that she survived after being adrift in the lifestream and for so long. And thanks to you and Shiva, the taint threatens the Twelfswood no more, and Arun has taken a step towards self-betterment. Well, as his elder, I cannot allow myself to be outdone. You may hold me to those words, Ruja. How you doing? As you know, Shiva is journeying with Arun. For the present, all is at peace, and they are keeping to the Twelfswood. But if a threat should arise outside the forest, they will not hesitate to go and confront it. I have the highest of hopes for the two of them. As for myself, I have gone to meet Alakwa. Though she still has a ways to go ere she is ready to face the world again, she is beginning to open up to me. For my part, I shall continue reaching out to her. Let's see. Doopa-doopa-doo. Doopa-doopa-doo. Doopa-doo. Doopa-da. Doopa-dee. Okay, that's nothing new then. Alright, cool. Well, that is, that's probably going to be the end for stream today. I was kind of expecting that to take a little bit more time, I admit. And, technically speaking, yeah, I think I am going to end here, because I have some other stuff that I want to do today. I have some other video games that I want to play, you know what I'm saying? Can't spend all my time doing this. Plus, the longer we stretch this out, you know, the more time it gives me to figure out exactly what the hell order I'm going to do any of these things in. Because I gotta say, I recently came to the perhaps a little scary conclusion that while I have a pretty good idea of what, or I took some time during A Realm Reborn to kind of plot out exactly the order I was going to be doing things in that post-expansion. I really haven't had the time to do that for this one. So at some point I'm going to need to sit down and do that. Remember to check my BG3. That is a good idea. I will do that immediately after I end stream here. But once again, thank you guys very much for joining me today. I apologize. It felt like a little bit of a lower energy stream today. I'm not very funny. I really need to get back into the habit of having guests on for these because it's so much less fun without other people to bounce stuff off of. It also just helps with, you know, voice strain and ensuring that if potentially I could go for longer, I feel like I can. But check in next time for another episode of ACAB coming up next, because we've got probably my favorite episode of Season 3 coming up, which is Beyond the Alley of the Dolls. So, yeah, I'll see you all then.